Okay, so hi everyone, Sam, Jeff, and everyone from Social 119. I'm Frost, former Penn State. A few weeks ago, Sam contacted me, tell me like if I can share my stories or like the real life around here now because this whole COVID thing. So I say maybe I can record a vlog here so you guys can know what's happening around here. So now is Wednesday, December the 2nd, Beijing time, which is 6:58 p.m. We'll start at a subway station and let's go. Long story short, I graduated this May in Penn State, and actually I got my job in New York City, but because of the pandemic, I have to go back at September 14th, and 14-day quarantine in another city, and flew back to the city I live. And yeah, actually it's quite bizarre because everyone is talking about wearing masks in the United States, and when I came back to China out of quarantine, back to my home, I realized that actually I'm the only one wearing the mask because people here stay in the safe bubble for too long. Like this city I lived in, I think we don't have a positive case since early March. And the total case number is like 150 or so. So that's a really small number compared to like other places all over the world. And so it's not like people are not concerning about this. You can still see lots of people wearing masks around. The thing is, because we are in the safe bubble for so long, I mean, it sounds crazy, but that's the truth. Of course, if you are taking public transportations, like whatever, like taxi, bus, subway, like I mean now, it's still mandatory to wear masks actually. And if you don't wear masks, of course you can't take the subway, take the train. And if you order the Uber and you don't wear masks, the driver of course can refuse to drive you, right? So now we are going to the security checkpoint of the subway station, and we have to show one of the QR code, which is health code. So let's go. Okay, so that was quick. So basically, in China we have a system which is, based on the metadata, big data. Everyone have to register for like a sort of account based on your social ID number, and you have to at first you have to like fill a form, like including your home address, your contact number, your social ID number, where have you been last 14 days, do you have symptoms like that. I think we have that also on like the Penn State Go app, and it will generate a QR code with a color. So basically if you're green, you are free to go. If you're yellow or red, it raises alarm, you may need to quarantine and go to the hospital. So every time you get into a subway station or a hotel or some like indoor facilities, you have to show, I would say 90% now, you have to show the QR code, and you are only allowed to get in if you're green. And actually it's like it's a lifetime QR code, so I will show you. So okay, yeah. So basically you can see there's a clock running, right? There's a clock running over the QR code with the date, so they will make sure that's not fake. Guys, so now we're heading downtown. Actually it's like one of our city's largest shopping mall. It's positioned in the city center, and because it's weekday and it's already past the rush hour. Yeah, it's not New York City, so the rush hour is already past. Even it's only 7 p.m. and you can see there's not a lot of people, not a lot of people on the streets or in the subway station, but they're all wearing masks because it's mandatory. Okay, so now we can go to the we call it Tianyi Square. So let's see what's going on there. Okay, so now we are already at the Tianyi Square. So, usual stuff. Weekdays, 7 p.m. People went home early. Not very much people shopping here, but still we can take a look like what's the procedure in a shopping mall when you enter it. So we can get to know like what's happening here when the whole world is still experiencing the pandemic. Let's go. Okay, so very first stop will be the Apple Store. So we have Apple Store here, and let's go check if we want to enter it. What procedure will they take so I can enter it? So the very first step is, of course, show the QR code, the health code to the staff. Also get a temperature check, and then we are in. So basically, I went to like a couple places in my city, subway stations, main street of the city, Apple Store behind me, another department store. So basically, on the street, not everyone is wearing masks now. Just like I said, because we don't have positive cases since March. The city is basically in a safe bubble because of all those health codes, contact tracing, everything. So not everyone is wearing masks, but it doesn't mean we are not vigilant anymore. It's just like it's relatively a safe place now. But just like I said, if you're in a public transportation like a subway station or bus, you still need to wear the mask and show the security health code mandatory. And in other indoor areas, it's more sort of depends on the department or the store. Like the Apple Store is more restrict. You have to get your temperature tested, your health code showed, and mask wear to get in. Some other department stores, they might do that when there's a lot of population, like during the weekend. But like for now, like 7 p.m. on weekday when there's like only a few people, they might not do it. But they still, of course, the staff still wear masks, but they will not as strict as Apple Store or as they did like during the weekend. So that's basically what's happening here.